Hi, my name is Mark. I'm a concept artist and illustrator working for the entertainment industry. So here I started this piece with a basic zebra sculpt, and I rendered out a couple of render passes with various lighting from the same angle about the sculpt. So in the first step, I just basically compositing and doing uh, merging together all these layer passes and combining them to have a certain lighting on my bust. Erasing back what I don't need, and so I have certain rim lights, some underlighting. I have some more. I want to leave some more shiny areas just to differentiate the different materials uh, of the head. And as I also finished that, so the final step is basically I'm painting over these things. So I'm also adding colors and paints manually. So I really would like to have this mage has a glowing eye. So I blocked in a sort of an orangey, misty color for his eyes, and I'm correcting some shadows, adding some facial markings just to make him look even more cooler. These things what are way much easier to apply in Photoshop than doing texturing or poly painting, at least for me. And as the eyes are going to be the center focal areas, I'm adding more details, more sharp details to his eyes. I wanted to avoid to add real irises, so I just added small circles instead of the irises, so small concentrical circles. And I already added one step of glow to the eyes and to the edges of the head. I used for the cape I used textures, uh, and now I'm just painting over the whole thing. So trying to make it a bit more painterly looking, and also unify the whole thing to somehow find the balance between the 3D elements, the painted elements, and textures. So and here I'm starting to block in the background. I'm when I'm using textures for fire, I always create a base, sort of like a smoky haze, because it's much easier to apply textures if you have something to build on and not just plain white or plain black background. I also added some extra textures to his hat to make it more realistic and to have more visual noise on it, because I mean I have a lot of detail with the different fire textures in the background and in the foreground, and I still don't want to lose the focal point of of the face and the eyes and the character itself. Fixing and here, yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna use various textures, fires, um, and also use some smoky ink textures and some dust particle textures. And so try to apply your textures creatively. So you don't necessarily have to use that particular texture, what is exactly fit for that area. Um, I'm For fire. I'm using uh, I'm using the screen layer mode, because that's where where blacks basically are disappearing, so the only the lights are staying there, and that's what I need from the fire. And I'm basically distorting every layer what I add to match my needs with the free transform tool. And in between these layers, I'm also adding mainly screen and color dodge layers to enhance the glow of the fire. And to give more particles, if you add fire, to give a bit more movement, it's also great if you add flying embers around the fire, because I mean the fire has different parts, and you really would like to show all of these. So the embers, really the core of the fire, the mist, the smoke, so everything is part of this. So it's pretty much finished, and the only thing that I'm doing is like some final color adjustments and corrections at the end, and it's done. Thank you for watching.